And that one, is that the feel better one?
This is the don't make me lose this.
This is a part of who I am when I first met you, and you like me for me. You may not like that part of me, but it's a part of me. Don't make me lose that just because you don't like it.
Having the ability to say, I give to you in the hopes that you give to me, as long as the recip.
Oh, I'm surprised your kind can read. I thought they forgot to do that after like second grade. All right, so I still look ugly. That's fine.
I don't know. I don't know if there's much we can do about that. It's okay. I got a haircut, so that only helps me a little.
You any writing paper? Oh, I guess you've never done this before, so.
No, I don't really know what I'm doing.
That's all how we all start out.
It's okay. I'm pretending this is practice for when I'm
Practice. Wow, I feel so degraded. I've been degraded to practice.
No, not like that. This is like a first run. This is to see what I'm good at and not good at when journaling. This isn't on recording, is it now?
Oh, it is 100%.
What?
What?
I gotta stand upright, look good for the camera. Good posture.
Look good for the camera. You're getting compared to a brown dude. I don't think you can look.
No, not compared to you. Just like I want people to be like, if people watch this one, they'll be like, dang, that is a fine young man right there.
Is there anything major you want to talk about other than women, UFC, and insecure 18-year-olds?
I mean, I can talk about the UFC alone for hours.
I wanted to start with the question you didn't really want to work out too much.
And I didn't want to talk about?
Well, not talk about, but you're like, you don't worry about it so much.
Oh, sure, okay. I'll answer anything. I'm just here to talk, and I'm excited. I just want to go along with it.
What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear?
No, that's not the question. What if it doesn't work out?
What if it doesn't work out?
Yeah, what if it doesn't work out?
Well, hold on. People got to know some context about me,
What if it doesn't
work
out? When I was thinking about it, there's a level of lack of experience that you have when you're 18, when you're 19, when you're 20. So what if all this stuff that we're going to be talking about, what if it all doesn't work out?
If it all doesn't work out, like the fighting and going pro and all that stuff, I mean, if it doesn't work out, I have to keep living, of course, but I hope I can find peace with like just training, getting better, and even if no one knows or like all that stuff, just still making myself better, knowing I'm still getting better, will have to substitute. I mean, I don't really like to think about if it doesn't work out because I think it will. And so I usually think about like, what if it does work out? Because I don't like to think of, I don't like to look at failure and then be like go that way. I like to look in the direction of, what's the word? Success. Yeah. So if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna have to really try to find peace, like knowing I did everything I could. And some things just don't work out. And I want to make enough money where, you know what, at least I can have cool cars and have fun still and just enjoy life as much as I can. Because I don't want to, I don't want to work like a really boring, mundane job and retire when I'm old and not get to enjoy life while I'm young and my body's still in its prime.
How would you define peace?
Not like cursing yourself every day knowing that you're a failure and you didn't make it. And like everything you worked and lived towards and like strive to be, knowing that that's not the way it is and that you did your best and you put 100% effort and it just didn't work out, and that's okay.
Is that not considered failure?
I mean, I feel like failures, I mean, yeah, you technically failed, but like you're not a failure, if that makes sense. Like I'm not a failure if my dreams don't come true for such a rare accomplishment. Like, I feel like it's a success to even try and to even want to live that type of lifestyle because it's such a rare thing. There's only like, I think 8 men's UFC world champions. I could be wrong on that. I don't remember the number off the top of my head.
That's the minimum requirement to get into the UFC. You have to know how many people are in the championship.
Are at the championship level. And there's like 8 billion people on this planet. So I feel like even being someone to attempt it is a success in itself. But yeah, there are people who fail. So I don't know. Just knowing that, just being able to live with myself and the fact that I did everything I could.
I'm going off the living with yourself tangent. What kind of person are you when you're by yourself?
That's a hard question. I never really thought about it. I want to speak right. I'm trying to be fluid.
Oh no. An 18-year-old trying to be fluid. Gosh.
It'll be rough, guys. I'm sorry. Who am I when I'm by myself? I mean, I've never thought about it. 99% of the time when I'm by myself though, I'm either thinking about like MMA, what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking about like all the people who've inspired me and stuff to become fighters or to become a fighter. Um, I'm thinking of like my faith, being Catholic. I'm usually thinking about like who I am and what I want to be in terms of like what am I now and where do I want to get to. Like right now, it's like I'm a blue belt. What's the next thing I want to do? Just I mean, for the most part, I care about skill retention and just getting the skills. The belt doesn't matter too much to me. Like the color, it's whatever. It's a belt. The skill is what matters. But like little goals every once in a while, like oh, I'm a blue belt, no stripes yet. I want to get a gold medal in a jiu-jitsu competition at blue belt, something like that, something small. But usually I'm thinking about where am I now and what do I want to get to and how do I get there. So I guess to answer your question, when I'm by myself, who am I? I don't want to say a planner, but like, what's like a person who,
An achiever?
I guess, yeah, an achiever, or someone who plans to be an achiever and like wants to work toward that.
Would you consider yourself more logical or more emotional? Like 80-20, 70-30?
I feel like it's either 100 or either I'm super governed by my emotions at times or I'm super logical. Like I have a very like caved shape. Like I don't have a good medium of like, okay, here's some emotion to it. Here's some logic to situations.
But like let's say over the course of the last year, would you say more emotional, more logical on average?
I want to say more logical because that's the one that sounds better. But I'd be lying to myself. So, I mean, I'm a person who, even though I try not to be, I'm super governed by my emotions. And it's like, if I'm angry, like, I'm like a big crash out. If I'm sad, it's like,
You get that from your dad.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like a dork. Like, oh, look at me. I'm big and angry. That's stupid. But no, I mean, if I'm angry, like I blow up. If I'm sad, I don't cry a lot. So like, I'm not like a super crier. It's just, I mean, whatever. But like, point is though, I'm trying to say is like, whatever emotion I'm feeling, I'm usually like that, but the extreme of it. Like I'm super joyful. I'm super angry. I'm super like excited. Whatever the emotion is, I'm usually governed by that pretty hard.
Do you find yourself more productivity efficient? Or do you find yourself more efficient when you're pessimistic or when you're optimistic?
Oh, optimistic. I think I hate pessimism. I shouldn't say hate. I dislike.
Hate is a strong
It is a strong word.
I utterly despise.
I don't ever like to be a pessimist because I feel like it gets you nowhere. It's like just accepting like if I got a bad grade on a test or something, I'm like, oh man, I'm stupid. Like my grade's ruined. Like whatever. I'm gonna work towards getting a better grade next time. Or I always look to like see the good side of things. Like I'm not gonna sit and just let things get me down. Like I'm gonna keep trying to. If there's any hope at all, I mean, I'm gonna keep trying to achieve whatever it is I'm trying to achieve.
Would you find yourself more? Is it more realistic optimism or is it more selfish optimism? Because obviously not. I'm not trying to deal in absolutes, but the optimism of everything's going to work out versus like the realistic optimism that it won't work out every time, but long term it'll work out. Like the short term wins.
Like, which am I more?
Like there's people who would just be like, I just need to see positivity. Like there's only focused on positivity and negates the negative lessons that have to be learned.
Of course. So keep looking up. I'm trying to think. I need to not.
Hey, I'm not the prettiest thing to look at, so I'm perfectly fine. Go look wherever you want.
I mean, obviously, you're gonna want to pay attention. Like there are negative things. Those aren't, and that's not a bad thing. But like ignoring them outright is, I think, wrong too. Because it's like, yeah, things don't work out. Bad things happen, and it's good to acknowledge it, but not like let it govern your choices, if that makes sense. That kind of answers the question. Yeah. I don't I'm pretty governed by like it'll work out. Like, because if someone can't, so I believe if someone can do it, so can I. Like, I don't particularly think anyone's special in any right. I think the work that they put into things and the effort and time they're willing to spend on a thing is what makes them special. If you know what I mean. So it's like if some person can be a UFC world champion, why can't I? You know what I mean? Like I believe I can do it if someone else can.
So I'm working on a paper on the tenacity complex, which I'm putting as aggressive ambition and the absence of explicit results. Because you can be aggressive, or you can be ambitious, but you're always not going to see the results you're looking for. So in the absence of someone who's shown that you've seen can do it, and not so much someone that is like out of your sphere of influence, as someone you can't like physically meet. Let's say UFC champion, you might not meet one, right? Well, I'm not saying right now.
Yeah.
You don't have like,
yeah, you might. I understand. Yeah.
so if there's no one to see, no one to look at that has embodied the thing that you want to achieve, how do you keep going?
I mean, do I still know that the goal is there? Like that UFC belt? Like, do I still know it's there? Do I just not have like an influencer?
Kind of tied to self-determination theory. There's different types of motivations. So this is more like how do you I have a thing on one of my papers I'm working on. How do you create and generate the intrinsic motivation to do stuff?
I'm gonna be honest. I've always been like, I've always had a goal, and like, I don't know where I get the just ambition from with stuff. Like, because at first I didn't want to be a Super Bowl champion. I wanted to just be a Marine. It's a pretty normal thing. Think people want to do that, and that was like my big goal as a little kid. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be a Marine. This is awesome. And then I met some people, and it's like, oh, now I want to be Army Ranger, and those dudes are super tough. And that was like my big goal. Like, that's a hard thing to get to. It's like, I know I can do that. I want to do it. And I've always had support from parents and coaches and mentors and all things like that. So maybe it's their support that's always, I guess, fed into me. And now I am able to just, but I've always feel like I've been able to create my own, like, drive and ambition and focus and determination and stuff in that regard. So, I mean, now obviously the goal is UFC World Champion, and I have people who I've seen done it, and it's like, yeah, I can do that too. And at first, my parents especially were very against it to a degree, because they're like, oh, like it's like your kid telling you wants to be an NFL player. Like,
The possibility, though.
like, it's so rare. It's like, I don't care if it's rare. It can happen. So at first, it was actually me. I was the only one who really like supported my dream at first. I'm not saying my parents don't support me now. They support me more than almost anyone. But it was hard for them to kind of accept this is something I was serious about and like I want to do. And I think they had to get comfortable with the fact that like it's a rare path that people take. And so I've always kind of had to create my own determination and ambition before like other people, if that makes sense. I don't really know if that answers your question, but like, again, I haven't lived a lot of life. I'm 18. So it's like, I don't really know where things come from. It's just, I've always had it.
I'm not expecting Dave level of insight.
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
My expectations are they're actually pretty low.
Yeah, it's okay. Me too.
Almost like mantle of the earth low.
Only way to go is up. So I mean, I'm trying my best to not sound like a stupid 18-year-old.
However,
but it's gonna. I mean, I'm 18. I'm inexperienced, so
that's why I started the first question, because I wanted to see at your age, without any major responsibilities, how do you see life? Because a lot of people lose that over time because they become more pessimistic.
They see things. Yeah.
Their expectations of what they thought life was supposed to be like, it's grandeur, it's fun, it's partying, it's getting drunk or whatever, and then they get to their 30s and they're like, midlife crisis. I'm like, you just had a trash way of going through your 20s. Your brain's programmed to do all this stuff, which is a whole different topic. How do you see your parents?
This is hard. I should have thought about this stuff beforehand, but it's okay. mean, to me, I'll start with my father. I'll break it down because he has had a huge impact in my, as I'm starting to grow up more and into a man. It's been more him influencing me. I see him as like a doer, a leader, someone who like gets things done. Like, I don't want to say like too much. It's so irritating.
Like,
My dad gets stuff done. My dad is an extremely hard worker. I mean, he didn't come from, I mean, obviously, like, I'm in a much nicer starting environment than he was. Like, he didn't grow up super poor, but, like, he grew up, like, he had to work and he had to get through college through his own means and make money for him to get through all this stuff. And he's achieved so many great things in his life because of his hard work. So if I were to describe him, it'd be as, like, a doer and a achiever. What did I say before? Like, I just someone who gets things done and is. Shoot, I just botched it.
there's no. It's just you're talking to just one guy. Don't worry about it. Worrying makes you suffer twice.
It does. Thanks, Mr. Dave. Yeah, I describe him as like an achiever and a leader, I think. And for my mom, I would explain my mom probably as like an intellect, if that makes sense. Like, she's super smart.
So his father's stupid.
No, it's not. It's not the case. My dad's very smart too, but
I'm well aware of that. That's why I said
he is. I know he's super smart. Definitely smarter than me. I didn't get the intelligence.
You're 18. How there's no comparison.
No, I know, but like,
I sure hope he's smarter than you. If he's not, that's a problem.
I just feel like naturally that he's just smart. But I feel like my mom. I feel like she has incredibly high intelligence, and she is someone who. I feel like she also is someone who has a goal and sets her mind on it and decides like, this is what I'm gonna get done, and she works hard to get it. So I feel like probably that's where I get influence from. Is like my parents do the same thing, but I am something about my mom. She just, when I think of her, I think of someone who's incredibly smart and someone who very orderly. She likes order. She likes get there early, like get to things early, be on time. Like if you get there on time, you're late. Like, she's super structured and like likes order. She's like always been. I mean, she's more chill with me now with that stuff because I mean I'm able to now drive myself to places and like it's less stress of getting from place to place. But she like get good grades. Like, that's been her biggest thing growing up. Like, you gotta get good grades. Like, I want, even though up until junior and senior year I didn't care about grades very much. Still did good, but like I didn't do great. And so she's someone who wants you to like everything like neat and order, keep your room clean, like clean the kitchen, make things look nice and presentable and stuff like that. So I'd explain her as intellectual and orderly.
What kind of wife do you want? Because your mom's a very high standard.
Yeah.
That's a tough bar to try to jump
Reach,
over.
yes. For a wife, I'd want someone who's kind of like very much like me. Like, they have drive, they have ambition. Like, obviously, I want someone who's smart, kind. Like, I don't know. I don't want to set like standards for other people while I'm still trying to like make me good. It's like trying to build the garden first before like attracting the bees and stuff, whatever. I don't really know the analogy.
Well, yeah, you build the garden so you don't chase, you attract.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to set a bar for people. When I'm 18, it's like I'm still building me up. But I want someone who's like, I don't want someone who's polar opposite. If like people say opposites attract, I disagree very much. Because it's like your opposites. Like, you don't want to, like, if someone is has a lot, we keep going back to the topic of ambition. If someone's ambitious, and then there's someone who's like lazy or like just doesn't have that drive or doesn't want to achieve things, that's not gonna go together. Because one person's like, well, gonna want to go and be a superstar, and the other's like, oh, I'm okay just kind of being who I am, if that makes sense. And to me, it's like that's not attractive at all. So I want someone who's similar to me.
Well, that's complacent contentment. Complacency with contentment. I'm content with not doing more. with where I am.
Yeah.
There's also like achievement complacency where you're like, I achieved this, now I don't need to do anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like people who are like, I'm gonna do this and then that's gonna be it. It's like, yeah, but what about all this other stuff you've done, and then you just keep going. Like, how much more can you get? Which is more biological, like evolutionary standpoint, and all that good stuff. You don't want a polar opposite in terms of where it hurts, because there's such a thing as like polar opposite for growth, and then polar opposite where it doesn't count. You can have, so let's say laziness and what do you say, ambition. Mm-hmm. So someone who's lazy might just be someone who's able to have more inner peace, mm-hmm. whereas someone who's ambitious might be more chaotic and more sporadic. Mm-hmm. So it's like one is more sturdy, the other one's a little more chaos. So it's like you get this like nice yin and yang. But if it's like laziness, but don't do anything about it, there's a difference. Like you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm starting to get your point. Yeah.
There's one family that I went to. It was just for like a visit, and they had like 3 kids running around, screaming, yelling, and the parents were just having a normal conversation while all this in the background. I'm like, how do you survive in this kind of environment? So it's like there's that toxic level, but also there's I want to come home and I want quietude. Like, this is my safe space. Mm-hmm. It's like there's different ways of looking at it.
Yeah, sure. But I also feel like your personality traits, like if you're in, at the end of the day, it's gonna bother you if someone's just like, they don't want anything. They're just kind of going through life like a leaf in the wind, just doing nothing. And for the person who's like, we'll go on the opposite side now. The person who I don't use the word lazy, unambitious, whatever. Person who's not all these things is like, why do you want more? Why aren't you happy with what you have now? So it's like that conflicting like personality traits, I don't think would be good for a relationship, in my opinion. For some people that might work, but for me, I want someone who's like me in a way. But I mean, I want someone for who they are, unique.
So this is going on the closeted homosexuality part, right? So
we're cutting that out.
you just want a girl who looked just like you.
That's not what I said. What I said was like me. I never said looks like me.
I'm joking. I'm having fun with that. It was something you briefly talked about. I was like, I wanted to mention it. Just
we didn't talk about that. He wrote it down, and
I actually did not write it down. And then I remembered that I didn't write it down, and then I told you.
That's funny. I like women. You can be gay though. That's fine. I don't care.
I don't have anything against people who are gay. Determination, fortitude, compassion, intelligence, and authenticity. Those are 5 of the things that you found. How would you define compassion?
Someone's having a rough day. You do something nice to them. You do something wrong, and then like you do something minor, like you drop a plate, you say something you shouldn't have. I mean, I guess it's more forgiveness, but like having the compassion to be like, it's okay, work through it. Some stuff like that. Does that make sense?
Emotional regulation.
I mean, simple kind-heartedness. Just someone who understands people's faults and does not. I don't say doesn't hold it against them, but like doesn't crucify you over your faults. Someone who's like someone who is going to understand you're human, and still choose to be kind anyways. That makes sense. Yeah.
People who don't have a overactive imagination when it comes to negative self-talk, I suppose. I have an overactive imagination, which will take me down rabbit holes that are not worth going into. Yeah. Not because it's public. It's just like it's I worry about things that I shouldn't be worrying about because of scenarios that I put in my head that it's like, what's the worst case situation? Oh, damn, this might actually work.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think there's such thing as an over-imagination. You have a creative, great mind. You should use it, in my opinion.
It works both ways. It's a blessing and a curse.
A dual-edged sword.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's like, I know I can do all this stuff, but it's like that time when I need to take a break and my mind's just, because I burn myself out every single day. Yeah. Like by the time 4 o'clock comes around, I've already completely burned out.
You used all your mental energy.
And then I still have more to do, jujitsu, work or something. And that's until like 10 o'clock. And by the time I get back, if I don't realize that I'm being pessimistic, it's tough. It's rough. It's self-induced. I prefer it, but it's also like that the very last part of the day, whatever I'm feeling, if it's not positive or if it's not healthy, I have to figure out, did I drink enough water? Did I eat something?
You gotta go
did I
run
just
through it and
not think about anything? Like just shut down my mind for 5 minutes and just not think about anything in the world. Some people can't do that.
Yeah, that's amazing you can do that, because for me, my mind, like when my mind goes, it's like I have to distract myself with something. Like if I had a rough day, and I'll just use an example, and like a girl rejected me or something, and I'm just using it as an example. I'm not naming anyone or whatever. It's not even a real life example. But
Did you look in the mirror or something?
yeah, I know. But
Sorry, I'm not gonna.
okay. I got rejected by a girl. Whatever. Let's say that. And I come home, I go do my workout. It's still running through my brain. It's like I get home, I eat, I shower. It's still going through my head. Like shit. I mean, this sucks. I don't want to swear too much. But
swear as much as you want.
nah, I want to sound like
Authenticity. What happened to that? That was one of your things right here.
I authentically want to not sound like a dope online.
What do you think I sound like?
Someone who's smart and says silly stuff.
Well, I'm glad I fooled you. Anyway, so the rest of the people who listen to this regularly.
Anyhow, as I was saying, that's like I am not able to shut down my brain like that. Yeah. I mean, I'm constantly thinking, and it's not always bad. Most of the time, it's actually great stuff. It's again thinking about like my dreams, my goals, my ambitions, like UFC world champion, jiu-jitsu world champion, stuff like that. All good things, stuff I think about. I like to think about, but like I usually actually have to have something kind of playing in the background when I sleep, because it's like it helps kind of direct my brain to like something else. Like okay, I can shut down. I don't know why that is, but I need sound. I need a sound. It could be a fan, a YouTube video, anything, even people talking. Like it just helps me sleep.
So you know how a lot of times when Dave teaches, he's always like, if we're doing an advanced level and he's like, it might not be a today problem.
Yeah.
So because my mind's always active, like, do you know signal to noise ratios? Or
I feel like you've explained it. I could probably understand it.
High performing people, like the top 1% of the 1%, are like 90, 95, 100% signal to noise. So they can filter out what's needed and then remove the noise. Noise being like watching TV is like
gotcha.
Stuff that like that would be considered relaxing. They just go 100% all the time. There's no downtime. So it's usually, so for me, it's like, it's not necessarily, I push things off for tomorrow because I don't like putting it off to tomorrow me to have to worry about it. Procrastinating, but it's like today me is worried about today problems. Tomorrow me is going to be worried about tomorrow's problems, but not today's problems. Because yesterday's me didn't worry about today's problems, it worried about yesterday's problems. So it's like, I don't want to push that onto the other person to have to take that.
Your future you.
Yeah, it's like, it's self-sufficiency, but towards self-sufficiency. So it's like, whenever I think, especially journaling is really fun, because like if I'm like completely grayed out in my mind, I will journal for like an hour. And then I figure out, wow, this is my problem. And then I start doing the research behind it.
Yeah, I try to figure it out. That's cool.
But then there's also not today problem, not the next 5 minutes problem. So that's when I shut down. That's when I can just switch off and be like, for the next 5 minutes, stuff might happen. Like I might have all these thoughts, but the next 5 minutes, just shut it down. Don't think about anything, because 5 minutes from now, I can get back into it.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it's tough. Because I'll forget a lot of good things that I wanted to do, but I also be like, I can't worry. Like there's so many topics of things I want to research that I just have to be like, I can't write it down because now I'm going to be obsessed over it. So I just have to like redirect it. Your mind, because you say that you're always ambitious, always focusing on what's next, right?
For the most part, absolutely. Yeah, I'm constantly like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to go.
What's interesting is what you said, that when you go to sleep, you need something running in the background. And I'm like, you have the intrinsic motivation to get stuff done, but not the ability to switch it off and switch it back on.
Can you reword it for me?
So it's here. Let me get the actual one. So intrinsic motivation, specifically from self-determination theory. So there's multiple different types. So you know how people are like discipline and motivation. I don't do motivation. I'm only discipline focused. Whenever I see, so when I believe that maybe a year and a half ago, and then I looked into it and I was like, there's an entire thing on what kind of motivation. So you have like a motivation, which is no motivation at all, and it goes all the way down to like extrinsic to so a motivation.
Yeah, I think I've heard of the two different like extrinsic and intrinsic.
So you got extrinsic. So you've got.
Yeah, no, I think I'm starting to remember these now. Go ahead.
Okay, so a motivation is when this is from the Ryan and Deci 2000 study, self-determination theory and the facilitation of intrinsic motivation, social development, and well-being. Amotivation is when amotivated people either do not act at all or act without intent. They just go through the motions. Extrinsic motivation, the extrinsically motivated behaviors are the least autonomous or referred to externally regulated. Such behaviors are performed to satisfy an external demand or reward contingency. Individuals typically experience externally regulated behavior as controlled or alienated, and their actions have an external perceived locus of causality. So it's something outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something outside motivating them to have like motivation.
Yeah, so like a job or something. Like you don't want to do every single task, but you come here. You said you're going to be here. You get paid for it.
You don't want to get fired,
and you don't do things that are like a manager level or something. Like if you're just an employee, you don't say, "Okay, I have to be a manager now." It's like no, you just stay with your job. You be flexible, but still you stay here if you do more. Anyways, so extrinsic. I don't think it's motivation. It's extrinsic regulation. Interjected, which is taking in a regulation but not fully accepting it as one's own. It's a form of. It is a relatively controlled form of regulation in which behaviors are performed to avoid guilt or anxiety or to attain ego enhancements such as pride. Kind of weird, but also necessary. If you're doing something pride-based, like, you're going to get it done, but might be reckless sometimes.
I have what's it called? I have a lot of pride. That's a big thing.
I'm going to write that down.
Go for it.
Identified, which is a more autonomous or self-determined. Identification reflects a conscious valuing of behavioral goal or regulation such that the action is accepted or owned as personally important, like UFC, being ambitious. Integrated, the most autonomous form of extrinsic motivation, which occurs when identified regulations are fully assimilated to the self, which means they have been evaluated and brought into congruence with other values and needs. So that's like jiu-jitsu. It's like you started with wrestling, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did so martial arts wise, I did Muay Thai first, and then I did wrestling my freshman year to start it, and then after that I went into jiu-jitsu.
I guess that would be a form of integrated because it started at something, and then one built onto another, and then jiu-jitsu built on the other two, and it's like more integrated. It's more like you bring it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it all goes towards your plan of being a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's dope.
And then intrinsic, which was, I forgot what my original question was, but screw that. Okay. The construct of intrinsic motivation describes a natural inclination towards assimilation, mastery, spontaneous interest, and exploration that is so essential to cognitive and social development that represents a principal source of enjoyment and vitality throughout life. That's probably closer to the, if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter, just find something else to do.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
What?
That just find something else. That doesn't work.
No. It's more of
no. I'm just saying that's not my style.
It's less of, this is the, maybe not the my style kind of thing. It's more, if it doesn't work out, I'm going to do things that still work out. Like, here's all the stuff that I learned. Yeah. I can start my own gym. I can help Dave in Hawaii. I can do more with it. And you might just turn into like a UFC commentator. That's pretty tough. I mean, you're not the one in the thing, but you're watching every single one, and you have all these I have some saying this as
some things I'm not gonna say on the line.
Well, say it. What?
Okay, in jiu-jitsu, we have the cuck wall. We say the people who sit out during rolling. Yeah, you guys. That's UFC commentating. If I wanted to be a UFC fighter,
I don't watch UFC, so I don't know all the term. I'm just saying.
No, the commentators are totally tough, and usually it's someone who either was a fighter or again, that's what they wanted. They wanted to commentate. They love watching it. Being a commentator's fine. I'm just saying, if you wanted to be a UFC fighter, but you never made it, so now you commentate on it. I thought about it as the coke wall we have in jiu-jitsu. The people who just watch when you're rolling. I don't want to say that online, but
I don't care. Okay, as long as you're not saying you should go kill people, we'll be fine. I think I can't even say that on YouTube or whatever. I don't care.
this is again. I'm trying to present myself in a nice fashion.
Who are you trying to fool?
Nobody. God forbid I try.
It's just me. It's not you ain't trying to fool me. Pride. Why do you have a lot of pride?
Pride. I mean, it's just with fighting. It's like you're going up against another person. It's like, and you want to prove that you're the best. Like for you, super champion. Again, I go back to that a lot because it's who I am and what I want to be. It's like it's hard to step onto, like, even for jiu-jitsu, a mat, and you're going up against someone and you're going to see who's better. And obviously there's things that go into it and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you're fighting another person to see who's the better person in either an MMA, jiu-jitsu, whatever fighting or combat sport you're doing. It's like you have to have some pride behind that. Like, yeah, like I'm the best, or I'm going to be the best, stuff like that. But I have a high standard for myself and what I should be. So I guess I don't really know. Just again, I'm still learning about myself too.
Do you have a lot of pride, or do you have a lot of self-worth?
Can I be both?
Okay, being indecisive is another thing.
That's not indecisive. I'm not indecisive. I have, sure, self-worth, but like pride. I mean,
because so I'm thinking about pride from like a reckless pride. You can like be proud of yourself. Oh, do you have a separation between being proud of yourself and having a lot of pride?
like, do I think I'm better than people simply because I'm me? That type of pride, or
Sure, if that's your interpretation, absolutely.
I feel like that's what people usually think of with pride is like, like with pride is that, oh, you just think you're better than everyone because you're you. No, that's stupid. Like, not at all. I feel like pride to me is you know who you are, and again, you're proud of it. Like,
So confidence.
yeah, sure, yeah.
I just see pride as, well, my interpretation is I see pride as like a more negative thing.
For the most part, and pride is, what is it, the root of all sin or something, according to
Possibly.
Catholic. I don't want to say anything I don't want to say anything wrong.
No, I don't care, dude. It's an opinion. If people think this is like a fact, then they should.
No, pride is seen in a negative light because people think, oh, you're just some narcissistic who thinks he's better than everyone. That's not true. For me, at least, here as I can put it, pride is like, it's a motivator to me. It's like, if I want to be the best, train harder. If you want to get smarter, study. Like, having pride is just for me a way of like pushing me towards, again, what I want to get.
Have you ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I haven't watched any Avatar movies. It's
Oh, no, not Avatar. There's yeah.
Wait. Yeah, I know you're talking
the TV
about.
show.
I look stupid. Yes, the TV show.
You look stupid. What do you think I look like? This is a quote I haven't thought of in a very long time, but probably is why I don't see pride positively. Pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame.
This makes sense. I don't know. I mean, if we want to bring in shows, I think of pride as like Vegeta from Dragon Ball. Like, he's not prideful. He used to be, but like his pride is like his source of strength. It's like, I'm the prince of all Saiyans. Like, this is who I am, and I'm proud of it, and I'm going to push myself to be the greatest warrior in the universe. Stuff like that. I think that's a good pride. To me, I don't know. I don't see pride as bad, but it definitely can be. Like, obviously, the biggest thing of pride is like, in terms of religious context with Catholics and Christianity, is like Lucifer. He's like, I'm better than God, and I'm gonna rebel, like pride, like that. Yeah,
So yours is pride in oneself, not necessarily pride in comparison to others.
absolutely. Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it. Pride in oneself and not in comparison to others. That's the perfect way to put it.
It's kind of tied in. There's two quotes that I love. We'll do the first one because the second one might fit in later. We do not admire the man of timid peace. We admire the man who embodies victorious effort. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. In this life, we get nothing save by effort. Freedom from effort in the past merely means that there has been stored up effort in the freedom from effort in the present merely means that there has been stored up effort in the past.
I like that quote.
Yeah, Theodore Roosevelt. You say you still like peace, but you still want to embody victorious effort.
What do you mean by like peace wise?
Well, how do you define peace? Oh, did I already ask you how you define peace?
Well, wait, I mean, do you mean like peace internally, like peace isn't like peace?
Roosevelt is saying timid peace versus victorious effort, but peace itself is still worth having because you want to have inner peace. You don't want to be a chaos inside and be because the world's chaotic. You don't want to have that. There's two people that I don't mean absolute, but binary, easier to understand. There's people who reciprocate for connection, and there's people who reciprocate for intention. So it's like intentionally reciprocating for better. Like, let's say someone's feeling sad or something, and you're like, they don't need a harsh tone of voice. They need comfort. They need maybe a safe place to open up and let their emotions go out. Sure. But then there's also reciprocate, as in, you're feeling sad. I don't want to feel sad. So I'm going to try to be really happy to try to get you back to my level. So it's like
to try and bring it. Yeah, I see.
Imbalance of emotional reciprocity. So if you want to have victory, if you want to win as much as you say you do,
yeah,
how does peace fit into that?
This does tie back into earlier, like peace. I'm starting to remember. He says victorious effort, like meaning you achieve victory through your effort, or like the effort you put in as a victory itself. Because if that's the case, then yeah.
Well, it's a much longer. This is just an excerpt. It is hard to fail, but it's worse than never have tried to succeed.
Yeah, I feel like as long as you've tried to exceed, for me, there's peace in knowing that as long as I actually do put in everything I have into it, as long as I actually do put in the real effort. Like, I can't just like fail at something and be like, oh, I did everything I could, like, and lie to yourself. But if I truly put in everything I had and I sacrificed what I needed to and put in the real victorious effort, there is a ton of peace in that, because no one can fault you for trying and actually trying. But you can't fault yourself, more importantly.
What about the social alienation that no one will know how much effort you've put into except for you?
Honestly, to me, I feel like me knowing I tried matters more than because with other people, usually people are like, hey man, you tried, you did your best, like stuff like that, whatever. Most of the time, some people are assholes, but it's whatever. It's on it. Like, my biggest critic is myself. I'm constantly like poking holes and like, you're not trying hard enough. You're not training enough. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Oh, you took off a day. You're lazy. Like, stuff like that. And so I don't want to lie and say like, oh, I have that. Like, I have everything figured out. I don't. But if, as you said, because you brought up like, what if it doesn't work out? As long as I put in every single ounce of energy I had into trying, and it didn't work out, I could be very peaceful with knowing I tried.
Two questions. The first one, and then assuming that doesn't go anywhere, I have another one. The second one is different parts of deliberate practice. There's one paper, The Role of Deliberate Practice in Acquisition of Expert Performance, which is a fantastic paper to read. I know you're not a reader. Stupid. But what's your separation between inner criticism and pessimism?
Okay. like constructive criticism, right?
You said you said your inner critic.
Yeah.
And I just compare it like,
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I understand. Okay.
if you want to elaborate what your inner criticism is and then relate that to pessimism, that's fine.
I feel like, again, pessimism is that like belief, like, oh, everything's like going wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're an idiot. Like, what's going on?
Self-sabotage.
Like that. Yeah, exactly. It's self-sabotage. It's like you're telling yourself everything's going bad. You're not gonna make it. You're a failure. Stuff like that. That's all stupid to me. Like in this regard, like when I'm my biggest critic, it's like I don't lie to myself. Like if I was lazy and didn't want to go train one day, that doesn't happen at all. By the way, usually if that's the case, I'll go, or my dad will tell me to go. So, which is good. But like, I know when I'm not doing the right things to achieve my goals, or just to do the right things, if that makes sense. Like if I skip a lift because I want to go do something else or play video games. Like
I know.
In the example of like
a year ago, I would have agreed to that. I would rather play video games than work out.
Yeah,
Still skinny, but that's not the point.
Well, I mean, you're trying, so that's what matters. Where was I going?
Inner criticism is more self-help. It's more.
It's kind of keeping yourself honest. Like pessimism, like, oh man, like I didn't hit the numbers on, like, we'll say deadlifts this week. Like, man, what did I do wrong? Like, I'm a failure, stuff like that. Like, that's all pessimism stuff.
All that extra large Papa John's pizza probably didn't help.
Well, actually, for me, it does. I'm trying to gain weight, and I need it because I train a lot. But so I do need that big pizza. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? I don't know if that really.
I don't think we're ever going to answer any questions because it's just.
Well, I'm trying to get.
Because I'm trying to think about the next question while also relating it to your previous stuff, while also listening to you, while also looking at whatever I'm looking at. So I'm trying to multitask, and it works. But so inner criticism, oversimplified, is just don't be stupid.
Inner criticism?
Yeah. One way of looking at it, your inner critic is preventing you from being stupid. One.
Sure.
Part,
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to relate to another thing: stupidity and learned helplessness. It's specifically. So, are you familiar with Pavlov's conditioning? See, I don't know what they put in these 18-year-olds' foods. Jeez. So Pavlov's conditioning.
I eat organic. I eat the good stuff.
Pavlov's conditioning is based what?
Was that bad?
No.
I ate healthy. I don't know.
I was being sarcastic, but then you doubled down on it, and I was just like, that's very Matthew. So Pavlov's conditioning is basically Pavlov has a dog, and he rings a bell.
Yes.
Every time he rings a bell,
yeah.
the dog gets food, and at some point he rings a bell, it doesn't bring any food.
Yes,
dog is salivating with anticipating the food.
Yeah, he'll get food, of course.
So off of that learned helplessness, people who, because you've grown up with a very strong father and a very strong mother, who also are still together, who have their ups and downs, but like over time they still are here together. They still treat each other well, and like
I grew up in a strong environment where like the traits I like to possess and show are very apparent. Yeah, like
consistently every single day you see it, and there's no, you haven't seen. It's very unfamiliar to you to see anything else.
Yes,
you go to another family and they have the complete opposite. You're like, this is
like, whoa, what the heck?
It's unfamiliar, but there's also that level of discomfort because it's unfamiliar. So you have that natural discomfort towards the bad ways of going through life.
Sure.
So stupidity, if you've never known, because like you said, your dad grew up not as privileged.
Yeah. Neither actually both my parents. Yeah. I'm very fortunate that they're giving me and my sister the life they wanted. Yeah.
If you've never had that learned, if you've never been in that position of not having enough, how do you keep yourself in check with the stupidity, with where your limit of stupidity starts?
Like if I didn't have my parents, or like
if you didn't have that healthy child or healthier exposure,
how would I do it? Or
how do you keep yourself in check so you don't become the very thing that you want to avoid, becoming your own worst enemy, becoming the the villain in your own story kind of a thing.
I'm trying to.
You have every reason not to be complacent, to be comfortable, to be like, I can go play video games for 10 hours and I don't really lose anything in life.
Yeah.
Just, I should go lift. I should put myself in places that are uncomfortable.
Even though I do love lifting, even though it's hard, I like it more than video games, but it is harder. I don't want to. I really wouldn't know. I mean, I feel like people are born with certain traits that they get, and some people are going to be more attuned to those certain traits. But like, when you mean stupidity, like just you mean ignorance? Do you mean like?
Well, how do you define stupidity?
The like lack of knowledge. That's it's if to simply put it that way, like lack of knowledge or.
So your inner critic, hold up. First of all,
Yeah.
Your inner critic is against a lack of knowledge.
No, I don't mean stupid. I mean like
stupidity in the context of inner criticism.
This is all stuff I haven't thought about, so I'm like trying to.
That's fine. I didn't start thinking about this until a year and a half ago.
No, my inner critic is just like I make sure I do the right, try to do the right thing in every situation I'm in, like, and hold myself up to the standard that I want to be at, if that makes sense. But like, if I were to define stupidity, like it's stupidity in its own. When I use the word stupid, I meant like making the dumb choice of like, oh man, I'm trying to eat, like I'm trying to eat healthy, like trying to lose some weight or whatever, but then go eat a bag of Skittles. Like, yeah, like you should criticize yourself over that, because like it's working against what you're trying to do, and you're doing it to yourself. And I was saying that's dumb. But like when you ask me what I mean, like what does stupidity mean to me? Like just I guess in the simple sense, when I use the word stupid, it's like, oh, lack of knowledge or understanding.
There's one quote from Seneca. I probably don't have it in here. Having what is necessary and having what is enough.
Mm-hmm.
If you want that bag, Skittles is disgusting, but
I was using an example.
Look, if you're gonna use that example, I'll just go with that.
I very rarely eat
Skittles. Is yeah. Anyways,
okay. What do you like then?
No, I don't. It's not about what I like. It's about what I don't like. What's the difference between when you reward yourself for doing the right thing and not rewarding yourself when you need it? So that inner critic is telling you should do this, you shouldn't do that, you should do that, you should be doing that. Redirecting. But when do you say, I did this, I'm going to do a mini reward, so I do that again? Like Pavlov's conditioning.
I don't think those are bad at all. I think like like it's Saturday. I missed a workout on one of the days in the week they usually work out just because I had stuff going on. Like I had to take care of my sister, I had to do this, that, whatever. And I want to hang out with my friends. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get up a little early in the morning. Yeah, I do, believe it or not. Yeah, I actually have a lot. But, before I go hang out with those friends, I'm going to work out. And that way, when I'm hanging out with my friends, it feels a whole lot better knowing I did the right stuff beforehand. Now I can enjoy some time just with people I care about, stuff like that, if that makes sense. Like, that's a nice little, like, but compared to just, oh, yeah, whatever, the workout doesn't matter. Now I'm hanging out with my friends. It doesn't feel as good because it's like, oh, I had stuff I had to do. It's like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't think those little, like, giving yourself little rewards for doing the right stuff is bad as long as it's not, like, all the time. Because that's not a reward. It's just what you usually have.
Yeah. So it's natural for you, which is fascinating. There's a paper on 3 critical constraints of the ability to do deliberate practice, which is effort constraint, motivational constraint, and resource constraint. Mm-hmm. You don't have an effort constraint, you don't have a motivational constraint, you don't have a resource constraint. Damn.
Oh, really?
I mean, it doesn't sound like it.
Dude, sweet. That's awesome. Cool, I didn't know that. I don't know, I have great mentors, I have good parents, like, I've always just had people telling me the right things to do, and it's always worked. I don't know, so I've gotten very lucky. I've also put myself in good environments, like, purposefully, like, instead of going to parties, I'll do something, like, I'll literally, like, I'll go do something else. If that makes sense. Just an example. I don't know. That's cool. I'm not nice.
This entire episode is validating his feelings.
I'm very.
Do you have a separation between emotions and feelings?
Trying to think of an example. Sorry, like in my head.
It's so much fun watching you think.
Yeah, excellent. It's like the gears turning. Emotions and feelings. Well, I guess the simple way of putting it is like an emotion is like joy, something like you that you're expressing. Like you, I don't want to say feel it because that would be feelings. Um, I don't know how to. I know like the difference. I'll use feel. I'll do feeling first thing because that'll be easier. A feeling something is again. You feel it. Like you could be super happy inside, but like feel that. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to like separate it, and it's not working.
It's a not today problem.
Yeah, I know the difference. I can't describe it. If that makes sense.
You say it a lot, and I heard it earlier, and just a question. How do you define being tough? Because you're like, that's tough. That's cool.
Okay, well, so
You're tough.
with the young people, we use the word like, yo, that's so tough, like literally just as a substitute for cool or awesome, amazing, whatever. Just no way of saying. I just don't know. I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny. It's like just what I've always said, and I think it's like, oh, yo, that's so cool. Actually, I say that too. I didn't hit the mic. It's just another slang thing.
I didn't know if like, because tough, I'm not saying from the slang perspective, but like the word
Literally
itself.
the word tough. Yeah, it's like being sturdy or able to take a lot of, I guess, damage or punishment, whatever.
Damage. Turn this into a video game. Got damage points.
It's not
Level up my HP. Technically, life is a game. You're just leveling up as much as you can, as fast as you can.
All right, yeah.
And then you just be like, hey, look, a level 20 boss.
Bye. Yeah, whatever. That's the way to think about it. But yeah, no. When I use the word tough, like yo, that's so tough. It's like just slang. Like it's what us young people say. Like, oh, that's cool or awesome. It's just another word for it. Now you know.
I mean,
I love looking at the camera and talking to them directly. It's like I'm breaking the fourth wall.
I guess so. This is an audio-based thing, so it's...
Oh, but why is there a camera?
Well, if someone wanted to watch, but it's only on like YouTube, Spotify, and Facebook. Every other platform, or Apple's trying to integrate it, but every other platform just takes the audio.
Okay, cool. So they don't get to see me thinking.
They can. I mean, they can see you in 4K, but you see a brown guy in 4K. Damn.
Well, if you're watching, hello. Well, I want to address them too, because they have to sit here and watch some inexperienced young man talk.
Well, that's the
Pretty
point. That's
funny.
why we're doing it now.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah. I do not think there's any thrill that can go through the human heart like that felt by an inventor as he sees some creation of the brain unfolding to success. Such emotions make a man forget food, sleep, friends, love, everything. Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future, for which I've really worked, is mine.
Meaning, like, I worked for this goal and I worked for this, and now it's mine, and I'm happy. This is my life. Is that what it means?
Ownership.
Ownership. Okay. Yeah. Again, to me, that's also a little version of pride. Yeah. Like, yeah, man, I really worked for this. This is mine, and I'm proud that I did it. Like, that's a good thing to me. I mean, of course, like, there's other stuff, but on a base level, yeah, that's great.
Where do you want to see yourself in MMA?
Where I want to see myself in MMA, of course, as a fighter, and then as at one point a world champion. That's of course the dream and like the goal. I don't like to say dream because dreams they're not real. They're in your head and in reality. I like to call them goals because it's a very real thing in a reality. You know what I mean? Again, I guess that's why I try to avoid using the word dream. Stuff that usually doesn't happen. Like you can dream about flying. You ever gonna fly like with wings? No. Unless they somehow find a way.
Well, you can't. You just have to flap your arms really, really fast.
Yeah, really, really fast.
Just do a hummingbird.
I usually don't like to say, oh, I have dreams. I usually say I have goals or I have ambitions or things to achieve. I don't have dreams. That's me though.
He's lost.
He's not lost.
He doesn't have any dreams. He's going to be depressed.
I
don't like the word goal because for me it's like a stagnant one singular place. But that goal can move so far on anything. It's
then use the word achievements or stuff. For me, because it's like
I feel like everything's just overused at this point. I just don't like the buzzwords anymore.
obviously I want to see myself as a UFC world champion or double champ, like at some point too, because I want to fight at 145 pounds at first, and then I want to I want to obviously get the belt. I want to be a defending champion. Like I want to, because I feel like right now within the UFC, there's a lot of champs who just, it's very stagnant right now. Like everyone's trying to get double champ status, and like at this time, at least right now during the recording, but I want to be a champion who's, I just want to be a champion that the fans will enjoy, and like, oh man, like Matthew's fighting, yo, I have to see him. Like it's gonna be awesome. Like that's why I feel when I like, for my favorite fighter, shout out to Ilya Taporia, my goat. He's like whenever he's on, it's like I have to see him. I like Ilya's awesome, but point is like I want to be a champion that the fans will like enjoy. I mean, I feel like this is for everyone, just someone who they want to see fight. And I think about this pretty often with that. It's like, I want someone to look at me one day as a UFC world champion and be like, wow, that's who I want to be when I grow up at some point. Like, I want someone to look up to me the same way I'd look up to, like, again, Ilya Taporia. He's my biggest, like, I call him my idol. Obviously, he's, like, I have my mentors and people and stuff, but, like, someone who you probably won't meet for I won't meet for a very long time, if at all. Like, he is who I really look up to and want to be like. And so, because I had told myself, like, man, I wake up to, I want to be like Ilya Taporia. I want people to look the same way at me one day, if that makes sense. So I can go on about Ilya forever, but I'll keep it mostly about me. But yeah, does that answer your question a bit? Like,
You said hours. I was waiting for hours.
I mean, I don't want to just ramble. I can, like, it's meant to be more of a conversation. I can ramble about it, but
It's meant to be a conversation, but it's your podcast or your episode, not your
Episode,
podcast.
not my
Don't you steal my podcast.
no offense, I don't want your podcast. Your podcast is like, it's yours. It's different. It's cool.
Idol. Well, I'm guessing you don't do idol worshipping. Like,
No, oh yeah, I don't worship Ilya. I Catholic, we don't believe in idols and all that bad stuff. But I mean idol, I mean like someone like I look up to. I want to be like at some point, but like I don't worship him. He's not a god.
it's like a falling in love with the idea. There's, I guess, two ways of looking at it. There's a positive way of looking at it where you fall in love with the idea and aspire to get as close to that as possible, but still know that like there's people when you come like idol worshiping.
Yeah.
There's the falling in love with the idea in a negative way where you don't realize that they're just as human as you are.
Yeah, I understand it.
Still emotional creatures. They still got their problems.
Of course.
At a different scale. It's like people who think money will solve their problems. It's like money just solves the survival problems of bills, taxes, all that good stuff. But it's like it doesn't change. Like it gives you more time to deal with the emotional problems.
Yeah. And unless you buy a Camaro Z01 and then you're super happy because it goes very fast.
Look, it's an it's an automatic, so I am not accepting your opinion.
I'm not. No, mine is not a Z01.
You probably don't want to say that on the internet.
But yeah, no, whatever. Yeah. I mean, funny, like, money can't solve your emotional problems, but buying fast cars is pretty cool.
Do you find satisfaction in material things?
Sure, if you work for it. Like, if you work for a thing and you save up the money and you buy it, of course, I'm going to feel super satisfied from buying that material thing. But I understand that it can't replace things. It just has to go alongside with like emotions and thoughts and stuff like that.
Do you think you'll ever get exhausted with continually chasing? Of like you bought this, now there's one more thing to buy. There's
Oh,
this.
I don't care about that. I more care about chasing again the MMA dreams. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I mean,
You know what a record is?
yeah, I know what a record is.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not that blind. But yeah, no, I'm not very materialistic. Like I throw things out. Like I don't. Materials are materials. Like I have things that are sentimental, but like I don't. To me, the thing that matters most is like it's just my MMA dreams. Like anything that helps me towards that is what I care more about. Like, and then the fruits that come of me achieving that dream are all great. That's not stuff I think about though. I think about the dream itself, not the fruits that come of it. Does that make sense?
Kind of tying to the beginning ish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it's been, but what kind of, in order to get to that point, what kind of woman do you want helping you get there?
I'm gonna be honest with you. In terms of that regard, like, and them helping me towards that MMA dream, I feel like I'm not like I keep my relationships if I have one.
Context matters.
Yes, if you have one, I feel like try to keep that kind of separate. Like for me, at least, I don't want to get. I definitely don't want kids while I'm fighting. I want kids after my career. Like I want to have my whole career. Like I don't want to have to worry about that or think about it. I should say. Mr. Dave would say, "Me, don't worry." But I don't want to think. Like I don't want to have kids to deal with.
Have dependents.
Like having a girlfriend, having a wife is fine, but as long as I don't know. I don't really want to. I like to keep that a little separate because this is my dream I'm chasing, and I mean they can of course be a part of it, but they're not really going to be in it. Yeah. I mean, unless they're a MMA fighter themselves.
You don't want someone who's 100% involved. Now, there's a difference between someone you work with and someone that you love.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's just a great way to put it. I feel like for me, this is my journey that I want to go on. I don't want to have to drag someone else along through it, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not against having a relationship while I'm fighting in my career. I'm not against getting married and all that cool stuff. But it's not really something I think about alongside. Like that to me, that's its own side quest. And yeah, I call it side quest. Like
You just called your future wife a side quest. Dale.
Well, if we're watching this when we're older, you're not a side quest. You're a parallel main story to my MMA career, because my MMA life and journey.
It's just like a side quest with more words.
No, it's not.
Side quest
is an
extra step.
It's a totally different. No matter of fact, yeah, it's not a side quest. It's a different game. It's a totally different game. Like,
oh, now she's a game. Okay, she's a toy that you can play with. Okay, I got it.
No, it's a different.
I hope she has a good sense of humor.
Oh yeah, no, I hope so too. Because we're gonna be watching this. I'm gonna get my ass beat. I hope, but but yeah, no, I feel like, yeah. Again, like the goal to UFC, jiu-jitsu, that entire like gets its own separate thing to my relationships. Of course, like having someone who supports you and stuff like that is great, but like I don't really need that to do the MMA stuff. The MMA stuff is its own thing, and then she's also her own thing or whatever. But yeah, obviously having someone who is supportive of your goal is great, but I don't really know. I haven't thought about that much. Or
do you have a separation between masculinity and femininity?
There's definitely a separation.
I go through so much junk on the internet. One way of looking at it, or one phrasing, is that there are people who are masculine on the outside, feminine on the inside. People who are feminine on the outside and masculine on the inside. Like when you go in the gym, or with those videos where they drop their earbuds and they switch things.
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
have
no,
you have like
of
a very
course.
feminine music playlist, and you have a very masculine.
And then
like
the
hard
raw
rock,
metal, the killer stuff is in the girls' earbuds. So I wish I had like some notes on this, because in my school I'm taking a very good Christian discipleship class, and we learn about the difference between.
You know how to take notes?
I wish I had them with me. I don't have them with me, so clearly I'm not a good note taker. But the difference between masculine and feminine, like I can't describe it very well because I just don't have notes with me. And we learned it honestly a while ago, but there's definitely a separation, but I will say both are needed. Like you have to have both you have to have both traits. Like
You can't have one without the other.
yes, men and women were created literally to be together, not separate things. Without each other, they're broken. Like a man by himself is broken. A woman by herself is, I guess,
I know the
broken.
title of this: The Broken 18-Year-Old.
If you make that the title, I'm gonna hurt you.
The Broken-Headed 18-Year-Old.
Again, if I had those notes, it'd be great. I'd love to go through them. I just don't have them now. But yeah, what you didn't tell me what's prepared.
I didn't know you didn't know it off the top of your head.
So yeah, because it was like months ago I learned it. But point is like, how do I tie this? How do I rope it back in?
However you want to talk about it.
I'm trying to think about it.
Masculine versus feminine. Do you want a more logical woman or a more emotional woman? There is like emotional, like not maybe
Emotion.
Like
Yeah.
there's like neurodivergence, like ADHD and stuff, and that plus like estrogen and lack of testosterone, like that's a mix in itself.
Honestly, I'm just used to dealing with teenage girls, so they're all just. Ugh.
Are you all right?
No.
Do you want to turn this into a therapy session?
No, I'm good. I'm talking about dealing with them, like just being around them is like ugh. I've actually had very good relationships if I've had them, but
What are the kind of women that you don't like?
snotty, like very self-entitled, like, oh, I'm just the shit because I'm pretty or stuff like that. Like,
There's a lot of women who get what they want because of their looks.
yeah, and again, pretty privilege is a thing, and I don't want to say I'm not okay
morals,
with it, but
morals have an aesthetic. There's a difference between killing a butterfly and killing a moth.
yeah, I mean, both are actually, they're both good. I like both of them, but
The societal wise, like what gets you ahead.
obviously, no, listen, everyone should be treated based off character, not based off looks.
However,
Pretty privilege is a thing, and I can't lie and say that I don't think it's kind of tough. Like, I mean, if you're pretty,
yeah, well, there's you have to be attracted to her if you wanted a wife. Like,
oh yeah, no. I'm just talking like in society with that stuff. But yeah, women I don't want. I want someone who thinks like self-entitlement, if that makes sense. I don't want someone who's too stupid. Like just it's okay. You don't have to be Aristotle, but like I want someone who's at least kind of like cognitive, like they can think at least a little. Like I don't want someone who's like like numb. Like I don't want their brain to be numb, or I don't want them to be emotionally like just not there. But I think the biggest thing for me, like if you don't have this, to me, like it's almost a deal breaker, if not is someone who just lacks ambition. That's why I brought up earlier. I can't stand when, like, for a partner, someone who just doesn't have goals, doesn't have dreams, doesn't think big. To me, it's like, that's boring. Like, I want someone who, like, has these dreams, aspirations, stuff, whatever they want to call it. So that would be, like, those are the types of women I'd want to stay away from. Because it's like, I want people who are, I said earlier, I want people who are like me, in a way, but unique. Have the same traits, but different.
I'm gonna introduce something and then I'll tie it into my question. Two different quotes. I don't remember the second one as well. First one, John Adams. Facts are stubborn things. Whatever may be our wishes, our inclinations, or the dictates of our passion, they cannot alter the state of facts and evidence. From Nietzsche. These are facts, you say. No, these are not facts. These are interpretations. All that exists consists of interpretations. Ambition from your interpretation. Ambition more towards, because you can be ambitious in terms of a career, but also there are some women who want to be a homemaker. Like ambition towards that. Your interpretation, because everything's subjective.
Yeah.
Would you see, regardless of whether it's like, because there's very ambitious women who want a career, ambitious women who want homemaking, women who want like children.
Yeah.
There's different mindset, different ways of getting there, regardless of where they want to go. Because that's like it's all ambitious in a way, just different. It all rhymes.
All of that is totally great. Like all of that's good. Just have a goal. Like I'll talk to people, or even like guys, girls. Doesn't matter who you are. Like when you ask them, oh, what do you want to do in life? Like, what's your goal? What's your dream? And they're like, I don't know. There's so many people who are like that. It's like, you don't know what you want to do with life. You're living like a piece of paper. Like you float in the wind and whatever. Like to me, that's I don't want to make fun of anyone or sound like I'm talking myself up. I try to be
However,
have a little humility. However, that's just not the type of person I want to be around. You're boring. You don't even know what you want to do for like a job, for like a life. You don't have even if your biggest goal, oh, I want to go travel and go see Greece. And I want to work and save the money to go do that. Awesome. You have something to work to or like think about. People are like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know. It's lame to me. That's just not the type of person I want to be around.
going back
For the most part.
to the earlier point, how would you be able to discern between someone who's ambitious and someone who's trying to get achievement complacency? Because like you can go to Greece, but once you see Greece, now what?
Happy with that?
Like what's
achievement complacency versus what was the other one?
ambition?
Ambition.
Like genuinely, I want to. Like there's a difference. Like I watch like Rick Steves Europe, so like I don't really want to go anywhere because I've seen it. I don't like for me. It's not once I go there, that's it. Because it's like
That was just an example for me.
I want to like. There's two kinds of people who want to reach the top of the mountain. Those who want to go to be seen, and those who want to see.
Again, that was just my example. But I think, how do I tell the difference? Be honest, this is something I've pretty much just learned about now. So I actually don't know yet. But I also think like, again, because I only really know about me right now. After, let's say everything works out the way I want it to, and I think it will work out. Honestly, once I become a UFC World Champion and have all that, and I have my wonderful career, I just want to enjoy the fruits of what I worked for. Even if it doesn't mean I'm doing grand things anymore at a world level, that's okay. Like, find little things to do. Like, oh, well, I don't want to say little because having kids is a big thing. But, like, oh, once I'm done with all that, I'd like to start a family and make them have their wonderful lives and give them things that even I didn't get, which isn't a lot. I'm actually very lucky. But
Not regress.
yeah, I want to make sure that like my dad made big steps for me. Now I want to make big steps for my kids once that's all done. So it doesn't have to be a grand thing. Just have like something you like want to do. Like work like what you worked for. Enjoy it now. I want to buy I want to buy a cool car and I can afford it and I worked for it through my fighting and through my career. Get the cool car. Enjoy it. Just you have your big thing, and once you completed your big thing, just find little things to do. Or I guess in the case of kids, big things. But does that kind of make sense? I mean, hyper focusing on one goal.
Hyper focusing, tunnel visioning. Like you're so hyper focused, you don't consider
Other things.
but also not being too unfocused where you're like you don't have one. Not, I don't want to deal in absolutes of one thing only, but like there's not flexibility within the focusing.
So, and so I guess we're talking about in the case of who I would want to be a partner. I honestly like as long as you have the certain traits. If you're like an authentic and person, like if you're authentic and have the traits that I like care about and find attractive, then everything else is like the other little branches. That's whatever. That's cool. As long as you have at least something at some point you want to do, or I don't sound like a broken record, but like I don't really. Again, I've never thought about it. I've only really thought about the big things. I haven't really thought about the little I've thought about the trunks of the tree, but never really thought about the little branches afterwards that grow from it. So I don't know. I just want people to be who they are and genuine, and then I'll find that, and someone will find me attractive, then I'll find the other person attractive, and then whatever, and we'll see how it works out. But I can't put people in like cookie cutter things of like, oh, if you don't have this checklist of things, like then you're not worthy of being my partner or something like that. I think that's silly too. Like I'm not gonna put them in a checklist and a cookie cutter machine. But at the same time, those are things that are important to me and things that would dictate if I want to be with this person. That help. Okay, cool. That's I guess my final answer.
For context, people listening,
Oh, we're back on?
yeah.
Oh, all right, bet.
Yeah. I asked Matthew to write some questions you want to ask me because if I keep going on, I'm going to start making more loops on more loops on more loops, and then I'm going to get into this loop-de-loops, and then it won't actually get anywhere because I'll just be asking the same question. It's just phrased differently.
Just phrased differently, yeah.
Not because, and just because my mind is optimizing for cognitive load and not necessarily efficiency.
And wants to look at different routes and opportunities.
And I took
things.
like 5 minutes on your beanbag
Yeah,
and just
so,
dumped my entire like short-term memory.
All right. Well, so far I think it's been good. I just hope they can decipher because we did jump back and forth.
I don't care. I never. So I'm making a video for my birthday just to celebrate, like just to look back on everything. And I've looked at all the videos and I'm like, 60 hours of footage or 65, 70 hours of footage.
You watched through 65 hours
I
of
didn't
footage.
look through all of it, but I like browsed through it. And I'm like, damn, this is a pretty good life.
Hell yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. So I guess if my question, since the topic has been a lot about dreams and ambition, even again, I don't like to use that word. It's just an easy way to put it. What is your biggest goal, dream, ambition that you have?
How dark do you want it to be?
It can go, I mean, dude, to your podcast. I'm just asking the question.
I have a lot of different ambitions. I think the biggest one is trying to make sure I don't lie to myself on an emotional level.
Yeah.
So there's lying to myself from a logical level where it's like, there's intentional lying where it's like, you know what? I don't need that donut today. Because, it's just a donut, it's just sugar. I know I'm going to get brain fog afterwards. That's like intentionally lying to myself so I can redirect it to, I should go work out or go to jiu-jitsu and then I can get sweaty and all that good stuff. Not like that. But then there's the self-lies where, are you familiar with attachment theory?
Nah,
You have like very secure attachment in my opinion. One of my papers on attachment theory is you have different levels of attachment theory. You have like infant attachment, or you have attachment theory from infant perspective. You have attachment theory from adult perspective. The general 3 from infant attachment, you have secure attachment, anxious attachment, and avoidant attachment. When it comes to like relationships, when it comes to
people, friends, partners,
innate human desire to attach to some figure of some sort, to have that connection. Like you were saying earlier, men and women are meant to be together, not to be separately, otherwise they're broken. This is the Broken Matthew podcast, whatever.
Nah, it's not going to be. That's not going to be the name.
It's not your podcast. Anyways, I'm not going to make that. But I'm very much anxious attachment. Not all the, so I'm not 100% anxious attachment, but it's like I'm more anxious about things. And the reason, like one of the reasons, and I want to do a paper on this, like self-worth and anxious attachment. One of the things I've realized the last couple of days is I'm very much, I want someone, but I don't want to put in the effort to get them because I don't feel like I'm worthy. I have enough self-worth to think that the person that I want to be with wants to be with me.
I understand. Yeah, I understand.
Self-deprecating.
Yeah, and I of course.
So it's my biggest ambition, and whether or not I can, because I'm not really money based. I'm not really career based. I want to figure out why I think the way I think. Be able to figure out the best way to redirect that, practice that deliberately, so that when I do find the person I want to be with, I can be like, "Hey, here's me. Do you like it? Do you not like it?"
The most genuine version and most put together version of yourself.
If you get what you want by telling a lie, then you're not smart enough to get it by telling the truth.
Gotcha. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Like, there's a lot of. Are you familiar with sexual strategies theory?
I don't look into all that stuff.
So from a evolutionary standpoint of how, I know you're Catholic. There's
evolution. Yeah, the evolution. I don't want to get into theology stuff just because I am not the right person to try and talk about that. I'm not.
From like,
I know what you mean. Yeah, evolution.
Oversimplified from an evolutionary biological standpoint, there's 2 versions of sexual strategy. You have short term and long term. Short term is hookup culture. It's going to bars, flirting, but with the intention of just like a one night stand and then leave it. So it's short term, which gets you the result you're looking for, but it's not necessarily conducive to a long term relationship. Then you have long term sexual strategy, which is more patience, gratitude, reinforcement, support doing the things that take more time to grow, but create a stronger, more emotionally connected. So I want that, which also means I have to leave out a lot of the, she might be flirting with me, she might not be. I don't know. So I'm going to assume not and just move on with my life.
Kind of let it go over your head.
But also knowing that's like those short term also lead to long term. So it's, once I do, because I don't talk to many women just because I don't want to attach, because I fall in love way too quickly.
I can sympathize with that. I understand. Like, you see potential like that.
It's more than potential. I'm like something to attach to.
I know what you mean. Okay, well, I know what you mean. Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah. So it's like I create a story in my mind, overactive imagination, but that doesn't, one, it's not sustainable in reality, but two, that's not who they actually are.
Yeah.
So it's like I need the constant reinforcement, but also why do I need that constant reinforcement? So it's me, what do I need? Why do I need it? Does that sound healthy? No. Okay, what is it, the underlying thing that I need from here? Is it this? Is it this? No, it actually might be this. And then I look into that and I'm like, let me look a little into, do some research into it, figure out what the problem itself, and then I can go into, all right, this is not a today problem, do it tomorrow. Go diversify. And then it's just building it out. So my ambition is to have a working understanding of why I am the way I am.
That's a great thing to want to strive for. That's actually very interesting. Most people are just like, oh, like I have this career I want to do and whatever. That's cool.
And the thing is, I don't care what career I go. I could, well, I don't want something boring, but I'm not career
Focused.
chained.
Yeah, that's fair. That's great. Yeah. So some of the stuff you were saying there with the dating and the hookup culture and stuff is, again, I
realized I did not ask you any questions. I apologize.
No, you're totally fine. It was actually really interesting. Definitely a very different perspective, I feel like, than most people will say when you ask them their biggest career dream or aspiration, whatever it is, like in general, ambition. So I found it super interesting. I don't think there's need for questions there. But what I was going to say was, though, with a lot of the things that you were saying, sounds like a lot of stuff we're learning. Again, I love this class. It's literally my favorite class I've ever been in at school, like the Christian discipleship class. And I love my teacher. I'm not going to name drop him for privacy reasons, but you're the GOAT. You know who you are. Favorite teacher ever. He's a super big mentor for me on a totally different level of like, he is my religious mentor and leader. And like, he's someone like, he's the best person who's been there to lead me like better in my faith. So point is, though, he teaches that class with another teacher there who's super awesome, but he's the main one. A lot of things you were saying is stuff we cover in this class, and it's like, whoa. But I'm hearing it from the not religious perspective. Now, again, he's super good at like making sure like we keep the physical world and like things in mind. Well, also, obviously, it's a religious course. We're going to be talking about religion and making it religious. So super interesting to hear you talk about that stuff.
I have a counter question.
Yeah, sure.
How would you see a healthy spiritual relationship with the woman that you want, or with yourself? Either one.
Okay. We're actually literally doing a dating unit right now, so we're learning this. It's very interesting. Obviously, like with the hookup culture is horrible, like stuff like that.
It's like social media applied to sex.
Yeah.
It's bringing out the primal things that should be regular. Like social media, you go from puppy to politics to fun stuff to depressing stuff to exciting stuff. It's like it's optimized to hijack your nervous system. Hookup culture, kind of the same thing.
Again, I'm a novice. We are learning this stuff now. I am not an expert.
That's the best time to talk about it.
So you'll hear it from someone who's like learning it. Yeah.
It might change in the future, as does anything.
Dating to like write like about marriage, like you're from a religious standpoint, your biggest goal as this person's partner is to help them get to heaven. And same thing for the other partner. Like you're getting rid of some of your freedom to give to them, and then they're doing the same for you. And they're going it's like a virtuous.
Is your dog doing jujitsu?
I don't know. She's being crazy. Simplest, like most.
Yeah, oversimplified.
Oversimplified, basic version. like a perfect slash healthy spiritual relationship is each partner has genuine like genuine feelings of they want to help their partner get to heaven, and that's their biggest goal. And anything that like goes into that, like to help them get to heaven, is what they'll do. It's like, isn't it like agape love or something? Like there's the different types of it. It's like giving oneself. There's a, you know what I'm talking about, the different types of love. Have you ever heard of those?
Oh, the love languages?
No, not love languages. Like, shit, I don't have the names for it.
Oh no, he swears on camera. Oh no.
Whatever. There's different.
Naughty.
There's, it's a covenant between a man and a woman, and they are trying to lead each other to heaven. Oversimplified, base level, that is a healthy slash perfect spiritual relationship. I hope that made sense to you and to the viewers.
I don't give a flip. I have two tangents, depending on which way you want to go. Are you talking about deliberate inconvenience, or depending on which way you want to go, or how would you define perfectionism?
It's when I mean helping each other get to heaven, it's not like what's it called? It's not like you're not judging them, you're not criticizing them. All you're simply doing, it's like, hey, like we haven't prayed in a bit. We should start doing a daily 5-minute prayer or something like that together, praying. And then like, let's start going, hey, we missed church, we should go to confession. Like just basically leading your partner through, like each other through like their spiritual lives towards God and heaven and all that stuff. It's not, you're not the judge. You're simply there to just be right next to them, alongside them, together.
I'm going to give you a viewpoint, and then I want to see what you think about it. Going down the deliberate inconvenience rabbit hole, having to versus wanting to. The way I see it is, so you said, haven't prayed in a while, so let's go pray. Yeah. Like
yeah, sure.
My way of thinking is, we haven't prayed in a while. Why?
That's not a bad question to ask
at
all.
And then maybe I did something and I didn't realize I did it. Why did I do it? Or why do you feel this way? Or why, like, address the emotions, figure out why it was, even if it's a 2, 3, 4 hour conversation. Like, I'm fine with 4 hour conversations as long as it's productive. Yeah. But then there's, why is it? Address that. Give it some time to ruminate, or like add some space or add more connection depending on where it needs. Because some people, like, they get too connected, or people get not connected enough, and it's like you get this like weird oscillating sine wave when it should just be like a, sometimes it works, sometimes not. Point is, wanting to, I want to do it because I have an inherent motivation to get it done, versus having to, we haven't prayed, let's pray. It's like one's more forceful, the other one's more addresses the underlying problem, if there is an underlying problem.
I'm gonna disagree. I don't think saying, like, it's, I know you're not. Yeah, I'm assuming you're not. Are you religious?
I believe in God. I don't believe in a specific.
You don't have it. Okay, so you oh, gotcha. That's helpful. I disagree. Saying, like, telling your partner, because like in the Catholic faith, from what I can at least know, like, obviously you don't be weird about, like, oh, like, we're soulmates and God's part. Like, it's not not meant to be like, hey, we have to go do this now, we're going to hell. Yeah, it's like, hey, like, all it's meant to do is like help strengthen your relationship with your wife and God, and help be that little trinity of each other. It's not meant to be for. And listen, asking, hey, why haven't we been praying, is a great question. You should ask. Because you don't, like, in the Catholic Church, you don't have to pray every day. Like, it's not something you have to do. It's something you, as you grow in your faith, is something you'll actually want to do. It's weird how it works over time. But, and again, not everyone's the same. Some people pray more than others, and that's great, and that's all good stuff. I was just using that example. Like, hey, we should pray. Stuff like that. Or getting your partner to go to confession, going to church. I mean, there's obviously certain I'm going to use quotes, rules in the church. Like, there's things that are set how they should be, and that's fine. And help making sure your partner follows the rules in the faith is good, as long as they want. Again, it's meant to be all
with good intention,
willing. Like you're Yeah, because if you love someone, you're not going to want what's wrong. You're all you're going to want for them is what's best for them. At least what you might think is best, and whatever. But that's a whole different thing.
So
It's not forceful.
There's a difference between overbearing commitment versus strength through understanding.
Yeah, here's something else to understand. If you're both, again, I'll use Catholic because that's just what I know. If you're Catholic and your partner's Catholic, you're gonna have literally the same goal in mind. So you're not gonna be forcing each other to do anything. You're working. That's why, again, working together and like literally, I don't want to say like yin and yang, but literally like yin and yang. Like you're working together towards a common goal, which for Catholics is to get to heaven at some point. But that's all it is. And now listen, if the church and Christ never want to force people into the faith, it's supposed to, you're supposed to give yourself willingly and freely. And if you don't, you have that free will to not join the faith or to do those things. But I'm talking to answer your question of like, what's the perfect spiritual partner? It's someone like you both have the same goal in mind and you're in that race together. One's not a sidekick to the other. You're together with a common goal and it's willing, like not forced, not thrown upon, willing. That's why that like, I guess that's where that friction like goes away. You have the same goal in mind. So
there's a level of mutual trust.
Exactly. There's as I like that word mutual. There's a level of mutual understanding of like, this is what we both want, and this is what we're going to do to try to get there. So that's where I would go. That's why I disagree. None of it's forceful. And if it is forceful, then it's wrong. But I also like your point. I did like your point of, well, why are we not doing this? I think that's a great point and stuff to pray about. Because as you pray, and there's a whole thing I can go into about discernment of spirits and all the cool stuff we learn. But that's a whole different thing. And
discernment
of spirits. So like, in class we've learned, in theology we've learned, there's like 3 voices in your head. There's God's voice, your own conscience, and then there's the devil's voice, because he can speak, that we believe that they can, it's like the little angel and the demon on your shoulder. It's kind of like that, but more, I guess in our case, we believe real. Like praying through that, it's like I'll be thinking and praying, talking to God about like whatever. Like let's say I acted very angry towards someone and got frustrated and said some things I shouldn't have. And it's like, in one hand, it's like, I'm praying like, man, like why I do that? And like, there's one voice saying, or one thing in your head. And usually you'll hear it and like, I don't know how to like really lay this out because I'm still a novice. I'm learning this myself.
There's underlying doubt to doing good things.
If I hear like, I'll be praying about like, let's say, okay, how about this? Let me rephrase what I'm thinking. Like I'll be praying like I have a problem, or there's just a situation and I want to think of like, I guess what to do. Again, I'm sorry. These are bad examples. So like now that I'm saying
you're trying to get your thought process out,
because like, again, we're learning this and
it's okay.
I don't want to like
take as long as you need.
Whoa, perfect. Hold on. Sorry. I know I'm like going back and forth, but this is really cool to me. And so I'm now thinking about it, all the different stuff. I'll be praying about something, situation, whatever. And I'll be thinking like, whatever, I'm going through it, praying, it's a quiet room. And then I'll hear, like, again, it's not some grand thing like the God comes down and talks to you. No, I wish it would happen. It's very, very probably not going to happen. But like you hear you hear something, or you say a thought or think a thought like, whoa, was that me? Like, did I really just think that? It's the weirdest feeling and something I can't describe to, yeah. It's like, whoa, was that like, well, like I heard like it's a thought. It's usually like a thought in your head.
It's the kind of things you don't say aloud, but when you think of it, you wonder, without a doubt in your mind that you're not supposed to do it, but you just thought about it. So what does that make you?
Wait, hold on. I know what you mean. I'm trying to
like here is I don't want to generalize it because it's also like, I don't want to say because it's like, that's a weird thing to say. You think about something that is so unimaginably
heinous.
No.
Yeah.
It's a big fat no in your head, logically, but somewhere in your back of your mind, you're like, you just thought of it. Why did you think about it?
I'm going to give a perfect example.
Yeah.
This is super good. That actually helped me. I see this is not a normal thing. This is an example because it's gross, but like it's with your topic. It's like you see a pretty girl, it's like, damn, like you think about like things you shouldn't have, and it's like, whoa, hold on, like, because like I don't look at people like, and like you're like, oh, you kind of shake the thought, like, whoa, that's not like, I don't think of people that way. Like, was that from me? Like, did I think that horrible thing? In Christian discipleship, we're like discern, like, was it the demon? Was it God, or was it you? Definitely, it definitely wasn't God thinking that awful, gross thing. And like, did that come from me? And most of the time, there are people who willingly, if you willingly allow it, or like willingly think this stuff, yeah, sure, it might have come from you. But like, for the most part, people who are in the faith are like, they'll hear that thought or think that thought and be like, whoa, I rebuke it or whatever, stuff like that. I hope that all made sense, because this is like so cool, but like,
it's kind of like we'll go back to hookup culture. One thing, I don't know when I saw it or I heard about it, along the lines of, you might have like, let's say you're in a bar, right? Or like situations in a bar, and you've got this like really attractive woman, and he's got like 5 guys vying for her attention. They're all trying to be like, hey, what are you doing tonight? How you doing? Can I buy you a drink? Yeah, things like that. And like, from an objective point of view, that's cheap, right? It's just like cheap attraction. Yeah. But then you have like, then there's like the alpha male. Right. So don't go to her, walk by her, maybe give her a smile, but keep walking, right? So you get this like for people who don't have the emotional regulation, don't understand how to get what they want, which is women, because there is a strong evolutionary, biological, social desire to be with someone and not be alone, which I know is different between men and women. Like, women obviously have like a threat perception that's much higher than men's. Men don't have to be with a woman to be happy. Like, a whole lot of different.
I know, yeah, the whole. I understand.
It's a whole lot of
thousands of different.
But then there's also like, that works for like short-term sexual strategy. Like, that works if you're trying to just have sex with someone for a night or something.
Yeah, for love of the game.
But if you're trying to actively avoid someone in the hopes that what was it? We adore the ones who ignore us and ignore the ones who adore us.
Yeah.
From that viewpoint of like, you can, and avoiding attachment, you can get into attachment theory, childhood traumas, stuff like that. Essentially, I can say it from my point, when I find someone that I like, find someone attractive, obviously I don't know anything about them, so there's a underlying lustful intent. Like, you don't look at a woman and be like, and find her attractive and be like, I find her attractive on an emotional level. Obviously, you can look at body structure, you can see how they hold themselves.
There's sensual feelings, which is fine, and then there's sexual. Like, it's another thing we're learning.
Which I'm not going to talk, because I don't want whoever your future wife, if she watches this and be like, oh, he's saying one thing but doing another. I don't want that to come off.
Oh yeah, no, we're working about one person. We don't even like. We're fine.
But on the idea that if you go into pure narcissistic personality disorder, it's, I want to feel like I'm important to someone, like pretty privilege, people who've grown up so many years of their life for pretty privilege, and then they don't get what they want because now they don't see them, like confidence and all that good stuff. So it's like, I want to be with this woman, but I don't want lustful intentions, because then that just changes my focus on understanding who she is, understanding what she wants, understanding if there's compatibility, because chemistry does not imply compatibility. Understanding does not imply compatibility. Compatibility does not imply compatibility. And then you get into like all the different tangents. But it's like, I understand you have your mind, you have the underlying, whether it's from the devil or from an evolutionary, like your biology kicking in, or like, here's what you actually should do based on whether you look at the Bible or whether you look at healthy relationships, like scientific stuff, or just what's healthy, what's not healthy, and how do you break the dichotomy of choosing between the two while also knowing that the impulses will come and go.
I guess one thing I wanted to address is like, it is completely okay to see someone you don't know and be like, wow, that is an attractive person, but your intention shouldn't be just to fuck. It should be like, yo, like, oh, she's really beautiful, but I'd like to get to know her on like an actual personal level. And listen, at some point, wanting to like do normal, I don't want to say normal thing, wanting to do like certain things isn't a bad thing. It's just when and how and where it comes about.
And why?
It's not like, and from Catholic view, God created that the communion. I'll use that word, communion.
PG-13.
Yeah, He created it to, like, He created that. It's a beautiful thing, but it's how you go about it that matters. So seeing a pretty person, like, damn, they're really pretty or beautiful or gorgeous, whatever they have, like they have really like nice whatever. It's like,
That's kind of assumed when you walk up to a girl. That
yeah,
like you
think
find
they're
her attractive.
Yeah, you have to find 99% of the time you have to find someone that, again, because I'm only speaking absolutes. There's people who really genuinely don't care.
I don't care.
I care about
I
looks.
care if there's like a minimum level, but after that it's just like who are they emotionally, and then that, like, for me, emotional attraction is just sky high attraction.
Yeah, totally fair.
Like they could be like a 4 out of 10, and I'll be like, but you're intelligent.
Again, it's all preference, so I don't want to speak in absolutes, but most of the time I feel like you're gonna probably want to be with someone you find attractive. Yeah. Anyhow, so I do want to ask some other questions, and I feel like I might know the answer now, depending on what you were talking about, but I want to hear it from you. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would you change? Because I know we covered stuff like that, because I know you with your dreams and ambitions. Again, I said I didn't like to use that word. I'm sure using it a lot. Like with that, you talked about like wanting to fully know yourself.
Self-worth, confidence.
So like, what would you change about yourself if you could change anything, or would you keep yourself how you are?
No. I'm proud of myself for how I've gotten here, which I wouldn't have said like 2 months ago. I would have said I hated who I am, but I like, anyways. Confidence, self-worth. I'm going to say this. I want to just think my thoughts out loud.
Yeah, go for it.
So far, so good, and trying to do better. It's kind of dichotomy right now. It's so far, so good. Like, so far, so good. How are you doing today? So far, so good. There's nothing.
Not bad yet.
There's
Like,
nothing
everyone's
more
good.
that I can say. It's like, if you want to go down the conversation, absolutely. But it's like, so far, so good.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other. I'm not looking for more than I have at the present moment, but I'm also trying to do better.
Got it. Okay.
So what would I change about
So, yeah,
myself?
I'd say, so what would you change? Or do you like the growth and the challenge, and you don't want that instant snap of like, oh, guess I'm good now, which is a totally fine answer too.
I think the biggest thing I want to change, or the biggest thing I want to add to my repertoire. I love the word repertoire. I want to be more grateful and more appreciative of the things I've already done.
Got it. Okay.
And to be able to know that there's more. I'm doing a paper on this. Deliberate gratification. So I organize, this is an opinion piece. There's instant gratification, which is like short term, right now, I can get it done.
Yeah.
Right. I can go to Dunkin' Donuts, get myself a donut.
Yeah.
Instant
I can do
gratification.
that right now.
Then you have delayed gratification, something that might happen. So instant gratification is not just like within the next hour, it could be within the next 3 days. Something that can be, why are you sitting up? You
I don't know.
professional. I was like, oh, no.
Just good posture. I don't like to slouch.
Oh, I do. For me, it's more active when I slouch because it kind of gives me structure, so I can like almost like a fighting stance almost. Anyways, I feel like I'm gonna turn like.
I don't know. I just like it because it's like it's good. I like having a nice strong pack.
I love your enthusiasm. So, it goes everywhere to finish the paper and finish organizing it, but it goes from instant to postponed. Postponed gratification, meaning it's so far out, I don't know if it ever is going to happen. So there's different levels: instant, delayed, something else. What did I just say? Prolonged. What did I just say?
I think
Postponed gratification. The main one I want to work the most on is confidence. All the other stuff that I talked about, but deliberate gratification, intentionally making something just outside of what I'm able to obtain, but long enough that I have to have the daily commitment to keep up with it. So, for example, there's this really nice firearm that I want to get. Sure. It's like $1,000. It's not expensive, but it's
But like listen, I thought
it's
a grand is a good amount of money.
yeah. Well, these cameras are $1,000 each, so
Yeah, like
it's
that's
like
expensive.
yeah, but they're fantastic cameras. I don't want to do it on a phone or something. So it's a Smith & Wesson. It's a steel frame. It's a 5-inch competition gun. It's not the best trigger, but damn, does it feel nice in the hand. So at least the one that we have, they're just coming in. Anyways, fun gun. I've already got a smaller one, so like the magazines fit and everything, and so cross compatibility. It shoots, or the aluminum version shoots really smooth. And like I've looked at Walters, I've looked at the 2011s that within the same price range, and I'm like, I want to get it because one, Smith & Wesson's known for reliability. Two, it's a fun gun to shoot. And three, I know I'm going to shoot it. However, there's also the laws with Virginia, which is a whole different topic.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
I can get it right now if I really wanted to, and I can justify it as like a birthday present to myself, right? But also when I started realizing that I didn't think about buying the gun until now, I should probably start saving up for it now. Like, yeah,
That's fair. I think that's actually very smart.
I have to get it before July, obviously. So there's a deadline. So I can't be like, I can wait till September to do it. But I can intentionally, deliberately say this. I want this now. I can't justify. So going back to Theodore Roosevelt's freedom from effort in the present merely means that has been stored up effort in the past. I don't want to use my past as a reference for instant gratification, so that because I've done this in the past, I can therefore get this, but rather I can get this, one, because of all the past, but two, because I said I'm going to save up this much this month, this much this month, and then by the time this time frame, even if I have to push the budget a little bit and spend a little more than I was saving, like let's say I saved $800 instead of $1,000, but it's like I have a deadline, like that's okay, but I deliberately,
that's different. Yeah,
I had deliberate gratification, which hopefully I'm hoping long term would lead to better appreciation, and then just like a more intrinsically motivated.
So like more intentional spending, and like in that case, I know it's gratification isn't anything, but
I'm obsessed with the word deliberate now, because in my mind it's intentional with effort.
I like that. No, I
deliberate. It's like you deliberately did something. You it's like if you put
deliberate. Yeah.
It's like if you put emotion before any word. Emotional institutionalization, emotional gratification, deliberate institutionalization.
Sounds a lot better.
It's like a logical version of anyways. I'm obsessed with it right now. It might change in the future, but that's, if I wanted one thing to change, I just better appreciation, hopefully through deliberate gratification.
Got it. No, that's awesome. With the because we're talking about guns. I love guns, but like I'm not like a super like I know everything about them. Like, yeah, I mean I know how to shoot them. Like I know different. Like I'm not gonna call I'm not gonna call things by the wrong. Like I know enough about them. Like where I'm not like just like an outsider, but I'm also not like I know every little individual part. Like,
that is a rifle, sir. That is a revolver.
Yeah, it's like no, guns are sick, which sucks because actually I don't want to dox where I'll be going, but
that way I answer your question better.
No, that was perfect. You want to appreciate.
Yeah, I want to be less. I'm very efficient pessimistically, but I want to train myself to be more efficient optimistically.
Perfect. That makes sense.
Essentially.
I had another thing. I was like, what made you start podcasting? But that's lame compared to what we just talked about. And then, since you're writing, you just said you were writing a paper about.
I'm writing a lot of papers.
Yeah, no, you're writing a lot.
They're all not reviewed papers. They're just me.
What's your favorite? Did you have a certain topic or just paper in general that was more difficult than the others, or one maybe you enjoyed writing the most? Like either or.
I'll go with the first question. They were all difficult at the time.
At the time,
every single one at the time was like. It's kind of like the first. So you know Tim Wallen, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did. So our first episode was October 10th, 2024, when we recorded it. It took me a month and a half until I released it. It was the first one that was intended to be recorded, but because of all the stuff that I had to learn, so that was probably the most learning experience for the podcast, because it was like I didn't realize until later that I could put this through an audio processor, so I don't have to worry about the sound being all funky. editing, all that good stuff. And then I did another episode with someone else, applied all the mistakes I made in the first one, released the second one first, and then looked back on the first one, finished that properly, released it. So in the same way, the first paper I did, which was on narcissism, breakdown of narcissism, the original paper, or first draft of it, so when I say published, I mean I just put it on my website.
Yeah.
Not published.
I know what you mean.
The first one, I looked back, so I did it, and then I looked at like 2 or 3 other ones. I think one of them was the Art of Deliberate Practice. I looked at that and did a couple others, and then looked back on it, and I was like, wow, I need to redo this. So it's more of, at the time they were difficult. There's no one specific one that I would find, because it's always like the one I'm working on right now on tenacity. It's gonna be that's my pen. You just abused my pen. It's probably gonna be at least 25, maybe 30 pages, and that's like this. Art of Deliberate Practice was, I want to say, 12, so it's a good double. Still same amount of. So
That's a fair answer. You're challenging yourself more and more. I get it.
what is it? I don't know if this is a perfect quote, but we remember our mistakes, but are shaped by our successes.
I get the point.
Like I'll remember all the mistakes I made, but I know that my habits and the way my behavior is shaped by all the things I did right, because I don't remember them as well, because don't focus on what I already did.
You try to focus on like what you can fix.
But with Pavlov's conditioning, with like Sorority paradox and all that good stuff, I did it well. My brain was trained as that was a success, and we'll do more of that, but I might only remember the mistakes I made. So that's why the other question, gratitude, important to me.
Fair. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, those are my questions that I have.
Yeah, what's the most what are you proud of right now?
Oh no. I don't feel like I've really accomplished anything enough to be like, oh, what's your biggest achievement? Because I feel like everything I have that I'm excited for is like yet to come.
In the absence of evidence, what is your greatest accomplishment? To you. It doesn't have to be to anyone else. Just
I mean, I don't feel like I've really had
what we call a self-limiting belief. In the absence of any, so that's the paper I'm working on right now. One of which is evidence needs, which is under aggressive ambition. Without the evidence of doing stuff, of explicit results, sure, what can you be proud of?
I mean, as I was gonna say, I mean, I don't really have. I'm very result based.
I know. Really, I did not notice.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really. But if I had to pick, I would say I'm proud of myself for choosing a very, very different route that I feel like I don't mean this to put people down because it's not meant to, but I chose a much more unique route, I feel like, than most people are. And I'm proud of myself for not just kind of following the crowd and trying to achieve something that most people don't even dream of achieving. So again, that's not to like put people down and say, oh, people don't think hard enough, or I'm better than everyone else because like I chose it. No, that's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm proud that I chose to try to accomplish something that most people wouldn't usually think about. Does that make sense?
Is it you're trying to accomplish something because other people don't think about it, or because it is a path that's not well, it's also tied to sphere of influence and people around you. At least in this area, everyone's going to college. They're going to like really good jobs or something, or they high paying. One of the richest.
Yeah, the stuff that everyone goes to: doctor, engineer.
It's not a guaranteed It's one commitment to. It's a path that's well worn, but not well worn because a lot of people go on it, but well worn because there is a very high likelihood that it will succeed. You're going down a path that, what, 8? You said UFC
I think there's actually I can count. Hold on, it's boom. Sure. Wait, hold on. Flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight, lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, and then it's light heavyweight, and then heavyweight. Yeah, eight weight classes in the UFC. There's 8 people who are UFC champions right now. That's like one every billion.
And how many are within? So I'm guessing there's champion, and then there's like one level below champion.
There's the champion, and then there's the top 15.
Okay, in each.
In each weight class, and then there's obviously the unranked fighters.
So at least you could possibly at least get to the top 120.
Yeah,
Out of the what millions who sign up for UFC, potentially millions.
there's so many different routes to the UFC, and like to fighting in that that's like the big top organization. There's other MMA leagues that just aren't as.
Well, I'm tying this back to what you were saying. So let's say
That's your point.
Let's say top 1,000. There's not 1,000 doctors. There's more than 1,000 doctors. So
There's not. I think leading the UFC roster, I think there's like 500 something people.
Okay, 500.
Something. Yeah.
500 in
the entire UFC.
I think the United States has 380 million people.
Yeah.
So 500 out of 380 million.
If it was all US fighters.
Yeah. So so there's a low probability, but a very good possibility.
Yeah. And I'm just so again, I don't want to
You're proud that it's not.
I'm proud I'm proud I'm going down a very different and I don't want to say unsafe, but a very
It's not. It's not safe.
it's very unique, and I'm proud that I'm willing and have the courage to try it, and not because there's people who've said like you'll never make it, you can't do it, and I don't let that get to me. I don't care what other people think. This journey is for me, and only me. I'm not doing it for other people. I'm not doing it because I want people to like think highly of me in terms of like, oh yeah, like he's worth like. It's mainly for me. Obviously, I want people to look, as I said earlier, I want people to look up to me at some point the way I look up to the fighters I like now. And so, but it's this journey's for me, and I know I can accomplish it or even try to. So that is what I'm most proud of. But I guess another way to say it is, I don't know if this will sound dumb. I'm not proud of who I am, but I'm proud of what I will be, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's kind of silly.
Dude, I said that 2 months ago.
Yeah. Like, I don't mean that oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm calling it now. I'll be a UFC world champion.
I'll
be proud of myself, like, really proud. Like, when I've accomplished, I haven't accomplished anything.
Yeah, no.
I'm 18. I haven't done anything.
Question.
Sure.
So, well, context first. So, before I did the personal development paper, there was, in my mind, I'm proud of how I've gotten here. I'm optimistic for where I want to go, but I'm not proud of myself right now.
Yeah.
Do you think that would be not necessarily pessimism, but would that lead to you focusing on self-suffering?
I can see why you think that, but for me, all it is just, hey, you got work to do. Your time hasn't come yet. Your chance to achieve what you want, you haven't had it yet. Right now, I feel like I'm working towards it. I'm putting in the time, the effort, and the energy. I'm making a big sacrifice with where I'm going, what I'm doing. Like, I'm sacrificing a lot of things to go do what I want to, like what I want to try and chase. And so all it is for me is just like, I'm not like, I keep saying like, I am not like, it doesn't upset me that I'm not proud of myself yet, because I'm working towards what I want to. I'd be upset if I had a chance and then didn't try. I haven't even had my shot yet, so it's like I can't be proud or not proud of it yet. But I don't think I've accomplished anything grand enough to be like, wow, like, yeah, I'm proud of that. That's something I'm proud of. I haven't done enough yet, so I still need to work. That's all it is. But I mean, again, it could be different for other people. For me, that's how it works.
Cool. I was going to say something else, but it's just, no, you answered the question. Got any other questions? I got my last 2.
Honestly, you go for it. I'm good. I'm ready.
Just because you're too young.
I'm 18 now. I'm an adult. I can.
No. So my usual questions is, what would you have told yourself 10 years ago, and where do you see yourself 10 years from now? But because
I can't answer that.
well,
Actually, I can give you a great answer. If I could talk to me when I was 8 years old, I would say, continue the Muay Thai, because I loved doing Muay Thai when I was super young. I did since I was 5. Had a couple like breaks in between every once in a while, but I would tell myself, keep doing it, enjoy it, keep doing the lifting, get into wrestling. I wish I had wrestled, not because I love training wrestling. I hate the sport of it. I hate doing it. I think it's super boring. I find jiu-jitsu 1,000 times more fun. When they wrestle, if you pull guard, can I say a swear word on here?
you already did twice.
No, but like a mean one.
Oh, sure.
If you pull guard, you're a pussy. I'll say it. Whatever. Point is, though, I find jiu-jitsu 1,000 times more fun than wrestling. But I love to train wrestling. So I just wish I would go back, tell myself, 8 years old, get into wrestling. Try it when you're young. And this was way before I even wanted to be world champion. But I think wrestling earlier would have just, God, it would have helped me so much sooner. But yeah, offense to guard pullers, you're lame. There's a time and place for it, I get it, but you should wrestle. Come on, stand up. Not saying every time you pull guard, but like if you don't have stand up, then you're lame.
Where do you want to be 10 years from now?
10 years from now, UFC world champion. I said I want to be a world champion by 27 years old. That's when Ilia Topuria did it, I think. Might have been 26. But I think it was either when I was 16 or 17 when I said this. It was like, when was Ilia, like I had looked up, when did Ilia Topuria become featherweight champion? Oh, this is when he did it? That's like, I give him this much time to do it. Obviously, I keep trying after the fact if it doesn't happen in 10 years because he's young and he's amazingly talented. But I want to see myself in 10 years as a UFC world champion. Whether it's just getting my title, whether I'm already a defending champ, I don't care what it is. And obviously, I want to be the place I'm going and enjoying my life.
Yeah. One other question.
Sure.
If you were 10 years from now, what would you say to yourself at 18?
Oh, cool. This is a cool question. If I were me,
What would 28-year-old Matthew say to 18-year-old Matthew?
keep believing in yourself and keep doing the right things, and you'll be all right. Super simple. Like, just keep doing what you're doing and listen to your coaches and mentors. That's all I got. Super simple. I know it's some.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh, what a waste of time.
My foot fell asleep. That was super cool.
Yeah.
That was awesome.